All right, and welcome to another episode of the Independent Wrestling Shootout here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Rebin coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined as always by my buddy Minderz. And Minderz, you are not in Florida anymore.
No, and I'm in a sweatshirt. What's wrong with this?
I don't know. It's like, see what, 73 degrees.
Yeah, coming
outside.
from 105. Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
cold.
That's true. Well, Minderz, I think first and foremost, I want to give a thank you to Dickie Wabash and Jeremy Hamilton for helping us out last week while you were absent,
Hey, I popped
doing
in
whatever
a little
Golden
bit.
Girls do in Florida.
We've heard the casino, damn it. We were at the casino, and I didn't win jack shit.
That's right. It didn't stop you from being a smarty pants on the in the chat.
Sure didn't. Nope. And you just keep all those little pictures to yourself, asshole.
Who?
You. Hey, we have a guest.
We do.
I'm going to let you introduce them, since I always get to introduce them.
Okay, so we come across some interesting people at the independent wrestling events we go to, Minderz. And
there's some great people we come across at some independent wrestling events.
Well, this guy may take the cake because he's affectionately known as Megaphone Guy at the 01 USA shows. Reese, how are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
Not too bad. You're our first actual
Reese.
fan interview.
I know. I've popped Reese a couple times with my little smarky little marks.
Yeah, it's all the love. I have fun, man. Every time I go, I promise you.
Right. Well, just so you're a little more comfortable, I do have a megaphone with me, so
I
keep it handy.
No, okay.
Last time I had it at the show, CMC yelled at me with it.
Man, listen. I have such a good time when I go there. Every event has been fun, and I meet more and more, people that's more like family. So when you asked me to do this, I was like, oh yeah, no doubt, I'm there, no problem.
Well, I know we saw you at War Games, so how about you tell us your takeaway from War Games for 01 this year?
It was actually pretty good. You know what I mean? I know some of those guys, they're going to have to take some time to heal because that last match, whoo, I seen some people gushed open for everybody says, oh, yeah, no, it's fake or is this, that, and the third. No, those guys, they really out there doing it. They really out there doing it. I love USA 1. And, I got a love-hate, relationship with some of their wrestlers, but, no, it's all good.
Well,
it's all good.
I'll tell you, we went to AVW the next day after that, and Theo was taking bumps in the gravel. And
we were telling him he was dumbass.
What?
Yep.
After that match, he went and did that?
And he was still opened up on his back, too. So
it opened him back up. Yep. We yelled at him.
New nickname is Theo the Tank. Get
right? Right?
Yeah,
who else? Because there were poor Carrot felt bad for him because he had the War Games match.
Then he wrestled
twice. He turns around and has 2 matches at AVW. The first one was with Joey O'Reilly, and the second one was with DeCobra. So,
and all of them were in War Games, though. Yeah. They were all in War Games
on the show. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it goes to show you they real about their craft. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. Well, so Reese, I can't speak for minutes. I don't know you that well, so I want to kind of dig a little bit deeper. How did you get into pro wrestling to begin with, like as far as fanhood?
I mean, like I go back to the old schools, I know Bruno San Martino and them guys, a little bit, but I watched all kinds of footage and everything. And for a while, I've been in the sports my whole life actually. And, sometimes I thought it could be like an easy transition over to that. And, but I never did it. So long story short, a couple of my bros asked me to go. They had been asking me for a while because two of my childhood guys that I grew up with were in it. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi Madman, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And the main event. So I never got to see them wrestle together. So the long story short, my bro Mo, him and Chris, they were like, man, come to this event. Come to man, check it out. I promise you. He's like, as much as you talk crazy, come.
You'll fit right in. Don't worry.
Yeah, you fit right in. So our first match was like in Mattoon. I go in there, I was like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like the WWE, but it was, man, as soon as I walked in there, I just felt the energy, right? So I could hear.
Well, it's like Reb and I always say, we always enjoy the independents a little bit better than like going to a WWE show or an AEW show, because you get to meet the guys.
Yeah,
and
it's more comfortable. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's more like you're at an expo where everybody is into wrestling, everybody enjoys wrestling. You don't have to worry about defending yourself on anything.
Right.
And you got people you can talk to about it, which is always fun.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. Wrestlers and the fan base, man, is crazy. And then, we all have our favorites, you know what I mean? And I love the fact that we are right there. You know what I mean? Like I said, I talk wild. I mean, if you haven't been to one of the events that I've been there, I don't hold back pretty much, anybody. I mean, I just
that's the truth. That's the truth.
I mean, if I do something crazy, it's gonna come straight on out. So, so I like I said, and I love it, and they know, it gets them riled up because they'll talk crazy right back to me. So this last time, I mean, like every time I would go, I would yell so much I would lose my voice. So I was like, you know what? One of my favorite managers of all time had a megaphone. So I would whip mine out. And this last one, I tell you, boy, I was heard all over there. But you know what I did love though? I did love when Mr. Anderson, when the mic didn't drop, he was like, what's going on? And he gave him the megaphone, and he finished it through the megaphone. That was real cool. That was real cool.
He's a pretty cool guy. We've hung out with him a few times, so yeah, he's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he's nuts, man. Like I went over and took a picture with him. He was like, "Oh yeah, you handed him the megaphone." So he wrote that on there too. So I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for this." I was like, "My man."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like I said, I just love going to the events.
See, I've always said, you and the guys, you must be Mo and Chris, the ones you sit with. I'm always like, hey, that's Casey's crew. That's Casey's crew.
Yeah. See, I grew up playing ball with Casey. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Me, him, and Mississippi Madman, we went to high school together and everything. So it was one of those things like they used to be like, man, you out of anybody should be out here wrestling. And I was like, no. No, because I might get hit in real time, and I might go off for real. So I was like, I forget, come out of character. I can't do that, man. So I was like, but I don't know. I always like to watch it, and then to actually, like I said, to be a part of it more so now. It's fun. It's like everybody interacts with each other. The fans, we be in the audience talking crazy amongst each other, like, hey, and and that's how we all met. You know what I mean? Long story short, that's how we all met. Just going to a couple of events, and then the last one at War Games, you asked me to be on. I was like, man, that's an honor. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, no problem. I said that with no hesitation. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I still remember the first time, because first time you had the megaphone that I remember was when you guys were down at Edgewood, when we were all down at Edgewood.
Yeah, that was the testing ground right there.
And I remember Lander came out, and I turned around and looked at you, and I said, "Hey, look, it's Timu, Razor Ramon." And I didn't think you guys were ever gonna stop laughing. I was like, "Yes, I popped him."
That's funny to this day, man. Oh my God, when you said that, man, I laughed. I was like, Jay, because look, there was one time I first met him, right? And I think I still got it. So I had my girl and the kids there, right? And he walked by and gave me the double barrel. I said, "Oh, this is that type of show." So when you said that Timu Razor Ramon, man, I was done. I was like, oh, okay. So it just went on for there. I was like, man. So I just, like I said, just to talk crazy, I just love it. I do.
Well, and then you have your certain ones that. Well, and you have your certain ones that you enjoy, like picking on more.
Oh yeah, the light. Mm-hmm. every time he come out there with that reef, I'm like, who garden he steal that from? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. you.
Well, Minderz tries to set it on fire.
I've tried to set it on fire a few times.
Oh man, look, you set that on fire. He probably wet himself. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's see. There's me and BA. We don't get along. Me and Malkin.
What? Y'all don't get along for real?
Hell no.
I think she's got a little crush on him, but
I do not have a crush on him. Trust me.
All right.
No.
You think he's tuning in right now?
Huh?
You think he's tuning in right now?
Oh, he probably is. He's a little punk like that.
Well, Gary's like, well, yeah, go ahead, shoot your shot then.
Oh, hell no. I call him bitch ass. Come on now.
She has a pair of his pants.
No, where?
In her house. I think they might be hanging up in her podcast room.
Nope, they're not. They're folded up over there.
They were the ones from his No DQ match with Carrot last year. And yeah, they both signed them, and I don't know why she felt the need to have them, but she's a little weird. I can say that since she's not on headset right now.
Oh, wait a minute. She got them for real.
Do they fit? She can't hear me. She's going to ask what we're saying about her when she gets back on headset there.
Got it.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
Were they clean?
No, they still have blood and stuff on them.
Oh, well.
I have a body bag, too. Yeah, I have a body bag, too.
She got all
like a real one or from the wrestling?
It's from the wrestling, but it's a real body bag.
Oh my! Wait a minute, I think we did go to one where somebody got put in the body bag, didn't they?
Carrot and Malkin were both in it.
Yeah, that was
Because then I had to bring it back because they needed to use it again. But
after they'd signed it for you.
Yeah, they signed it for me, and then they needed to borrow it again.
Hey, you know what? They have some memorable matches though. VA and they've had, since I've seen them, they've had some blood, guts, and gore going on. Because I'm like, oh my God, yeah, he talked crazy to me too, man. BA, I feel
he's a punk.
Yeah,
I have a sign that he ripped a couple years ago. So I had wrote on it, "Bitch ass Malkin."
Yeah, okay? That's good.
So then when he ripped it, it ended up looking like it said "ass licking." I was like, "That's hilarious. That's so funny. That's great."
Oh no.
But yeah, I have a broken ladder. I have 2 broken doors, 3 broken doors. Yeah, I got a little bit of a collection.
Yeah, you got some memorabilia going on.
Some sign chairs. I got a hey, you know who Gene Snitsky is, don't you? This is my pride and joy right now.
Oh my goodness.
He signed a baby that said Snitsky was here.
On the forehead, straight up. That's crazy. You gonna have the Child and Family Services calling for him, man. He's up there signing baby forehead like that.
No, he does it all the time.
Yeah, he said he goes to like Big Lots and buys like a bushel of dolls and takes them to all of his appearances and signs them. So
Wow.
kind of brilliant.
It is. At first, I thought it was a Cabbage Patch Kid. I'm like, oh,
no,
it's
baby.
Got you. All right, just random babies out here, huh?
Random babies. I walked up to his table and I said, "Oh no, you do not have a baby that you're assigning." He goes, "Yeah, I do." I said, "I need a baby." So I walked around all day going, "I bought a baby."
Yeah, no context, just I bought a baby.
No context, just I bought a baby.
Yeah, really. Isn't that like some sort of trafficking? Just out on the black market, just buying babies, huh? Okay. All right. You're going to have a courtroom right next to Diddy, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. But, all right. So I obviously know Casey's one of your favorites.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And we were talking about some of the things I've acquired. I actually have the face mask too from BA, where Devontae broke his face with his ass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Tommy are your boys.
Well, you almost got to put that in context too. You can't just say out there the man broke his face with it.
But he did.
Well, yeah, but it was in a wrestling event, but you just was out there, just broke his ass. I was like, what? I was like,
broke his nose with his ass. It was kind of funny. It was great.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's you got how much you think you got? Like memorabilia just from all the matches, whatever.
Oh God.
Like you got a room dedicated? Yeah, you looking all the way.
Pretty much. I've got a room and a bitch barn.
Nice. Okay.
Well, it's one of those that everybody kind of knows if they do have like a hardcore match where something gets broken or dented or like Minderz, you want it? Yeah, I'll take it. Well, it's one less thing they have to clean up or throw away. So it gets put in my car and I bring it home and put it in the podcast room.
That's what's up. That's just
kind of my thing. I there's a lot of times too. You should see my stack of t-shirts from independent wrestling. It's kind of ridiculous. But I have I have 2 Trauma Unit shirts. I have a KC shirt. I have a Devontae shirt, which is a one of a kind because he had it made just for me. I've got he has one too, but it was because we started calling him Iron Cakes. So
Whoa.
he had a shirt named Iron. He has a shirt with Iron Cakes on it, which is really funny.
So wait a minute. Wait. Let's back this up. You say you got a shirt from KC?
Yeah.
Man, I've known KC almost about like 2/3 of my life. I ain't got a shirt yet. Boy.
Well, I bought it, so that might make a difference. I bought it.
Yeah, but he even give me the links or wherever to go and get one. So cool on that.
Well,
No, that's my boy though. That's my boy for real though. But
I know, Dickie. I know.
You could have got Jason's eye.
I could have got Jason's eye.
A real eye?
And he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, a real eye?
Levi had a match on Saturday, and then the next day he was wrestling with an eye patch. So something happened to his eye on Saturday.
Yeah, that's sick. That's the like I said, when people go like, oh, it's fake, I don't want to go and see that boo, they be taking some real life lumps.
They do.
And quick, eye gouge or whatever like that, man, that's easy to happen. You know what I'm saying? They out there with no helmets on, no pads, for real. I mean, you got something on your knees and your elbows.
Right.
That's it. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Not all of them have that.
Yeah, real facts. Now, I'm like, man. So it's one of those things like, man, you can say it's fake if you want to, or this, that, and the third. But really, anything can happen to there. You can't fake jumping off a 14-foot ladder.
No.
You know what I mean?
Or falling off one through 2 tables.
Oh yeah,
I know you were there for that one. So
yeah. Oh yeah, tables, lights. Man, I know somebody power bill at this last War Games was as high as ever. All them lights, those tubes of lights they broke. I was like, dog. Like the whole arena was like. I think we all got lit, like what's in those lights? We got some type of poison. That the whole arena.
There's a reason I snuck into the back behind the seats when that match started. I'm not breathing that shit in.
Man, no, I didn't realize it until I got up on I got with the Megaphone. Oh, I was like, oh,
yeah,
oh. I'm like, oh yeah.
I know, like some people that were sitting in the front row had all sorts of glass still in their shoes when they left.
What? Oh,
yeah,
no. Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, it was intense. I'm not even gonna lie. Matter of fact, you know what? I talk crazy about the light though, man, but they actually had it. They came in there ready for war, and I was like, I had to give them they propers. One of them had a gash like this, leaking, like on his arm, like right here. And I was sitting there like, bro,
hippie, wasn't it?
Just lay down, huh?
That was hippie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was with the long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it hippie or Anakin?
Huh?
Was it hippie or Anakin?
I think it was hippie.
It was hippie. I told him, I was like, bro, just lay down the match. The man, hey, you cool, don't move. He's like, he rolled over to me and gave me a thumbs up. I'm like, man, bro, for real, you are leaking. He said, I know. I was like, I'm like, dude, when is this going to end?
Right.
So, yeah, they were getting broke. And then you talking about Theo had another, because when he came out, because they threw him on some forks.
Yeah.
Yep. I have the picture. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
That was crazy. He out there looking like a whole pin cushion. They didn't go fight the next night.
Yep. Yeah. And land on gravel.
Yeah.
And land on gravel. That was the part we were like, Reb and I were both at the other show, and I was like, all right, let me take a look at your back. And I was looking at his back, and then he goes, and then he rolled out onto the gravel. I was like, you crazy ass.
Yeah.
Here we go. That was Theo's back that night.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Hey, look. There's your buddy.
There is KC. Yeah.
Usually he listens to this when he's on the treadmill, but
he's been busy lately.
Since he's been hurt, he hadn't really been doing much on the treadmill. But
yeah, because that was Anakin's back, and look at his elbow.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like I said, man, they laid it out there on the line for that one. I appreciate that War Games. That was real war. I'm talking. Did nobody come out there untouched?
Yeah.
No.
I will say I think that's the best War Games I've seen so far in the last few years out of the three.
I forgot about this picture. This is where Carrot's getting ready to go in.
Oh.
And I'm in there. I'm like, all right, put me in, coach. I got this. Let's go.
I'm surprised he didn't let you just hold on to Basil.
No. He probably knew I would crush it because I wouldn't run off with it. Oh, there we go. There's the sign.
Oh yeah, the Timu Razor Ramon.
I think I popped you, Minderz, because he was wearing like the white gear with the gold like lame on it, and I told you he looked like the Pope's young boy.
He did look like the Pope's young boy.
Yo, that night he went. He got the belt somewhere else, I believe.
Yeah, he was flipped over in Springfield.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, shout out to that. I mean, that's some real hustle, man. Like, for real. He kicked the show off good with us, left, and then went and got a belt. Boy, it's tough.
As long as he didn't get the 0-1 belt, I was fine with it. But But
But you lost a bet though, Minders.
I lost a bet.
What was the bet?
So the bet was for the 3-way. If Gary J won, then I would have to color my beard red for an episode of the podcast.
Whoa.
But if Joey O'Reilly won, then Minders had to wear, he was selling those cowboy hats at his merch table.
Yeah.
So she had to wear a cowboy hat on the podcast. And
So, wait a minute.
it made her very angry. I loved every minute of it.
I'll
Hey,
take the
Scotty.
headset off so it looks a little better.
At least it fits you.
Yeah.
I think I tried that one, and I had to just like nestle it on top of my head because it wouldn't get all the way on because my head's too big.
Oh my gosh.
You should have worn it to Florida to keep the sun out of your eyes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cowboy Minder.
No.
Oh yeah, that suits you. Yeah. Next thing you have some little cows in the studio next week. I'm trying to tell you.
I have a fuck you puss. You want to see a fuck you puss? Dwayne, it's Ben Truss.
What is that?
It's a fuck you puss.
Oh, with the oh, that's funny. 8 birds. 8 birds is flying. Oh my god.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so tell me, I mean, I know KC is one of your favorites. Who are some of your other favorites? I know you're a trauma unit fan, but who else do you look to? Who gets you excited to come to a show?
Carrots one. Oh my gosh. Now I remember there was one time, I haven't seen him wrestle again, but there was these one, I don't know, they were like luchadors or something. They were in Mattoon, but their timing, was real good. And I was looking forward to seeing them again, but I hadn't seen them. Let's see, who else?
What about Benny Trust?
Ooh, were you there when Camaro Jackson yeeted Trust?
Oh, Reb, play
I'm on it.
Okay, you got to play it now. Watch this.
Okay, right there.
That's still my favorite video.
Dude went to the parking lot. He went to-
Was the Latinos Most Wanted? Was that the luchadors you were thinking of?
Yeah, they were cold.
Yeah.
They were cold. Their teamwork just seemed a lot more polished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And wait. You asked me about who else I like. I love seeing the girls. The new tag team girls.
Rain and Brittany.
Yes, I like them.
Killer Cake.
Huh?
Killer Cake.
That's them. That is them. I mean, because I remember Rain. She used to be a heel, so that was my first introduction to her. But she had the belt for a minute. You know what I mean? And so that was my first introduction. So, with work and everything, shoot, I've been missing. That's what it was, because my work schedule was changed. So when I would come, every time they would have one, I'm limited now. But long story short, I came back and she was a baby face. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, hold on now.
What'd I miss?
I've been going. I looked at Mo, and Mo was like, oh, he didn't know nothing about it either. I'm like, oh, shoot. So it was a great, and that was when we were at that was when I first introduced the Megaphone. That was the first introduction I had to them when we were there. So yeah, that was fun.
Well, I forget. Have you been to Pro Wrestling Glory in Clinton?
Not yet. I keep missing those.
Yeah, because
You're gonna enjoy those.
Oh, that's a fun show.
They're so fun.
Really?
Yeah, Trauma
Yeah,
Unit's a big deal over there.
Okay.
Well, Connor Hopkins, the guy that I tolerate.
Sean, I think they've gone babyface. They were heels for a while.
Yeah, but now
But they were getting pops on at War Games.
they're tweeners. I call them tweeners.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Rain and
Kate.
Brittany.
Rain and Brittany.
Yeah. They are kind of they're almost anti-hero, type deal. But when they fight the guys, I'm more so on their side though. I make the guys really mad. That's funny.
I remember that Aaron was really mad at you.
Yeah.
The problem.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was like, I don't care. I don't care.
I know you were getting on Warhorse's nerves a little bit too with that megaphone.
Who the what?
Warhorse. I think he was getting a little annoyed with you with the megaphone during the Anderson match.
Oh yeah. He told me to shut up real quick. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
You tell us to shut up, we'll probably scream louder. We're just saying.
Oh yeah. Look, my girl at the War Game. It was funny. And I don't know what his problem was. I was like, "You big dummy! I'm cheering for you. How you gonna come out at the and get in my face? And you down with trauma unit? And you gonna tell me to shut up? I'm cheering for y'all."
Oh, was that Jovi?
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, man. He came out there with like, I was like, man, what is wrong with you?
He's new.
He's new. He hasn't figured it out yet.
No, he figured it out that night. I followed him all around the ring. I was like, I kept on like, man, hey, yo, man, talk to your man. Talk to your man. I don't know what's up. Talk to your man. So it was, man, I was on him that whole night. He took more naps in that ring than anybody I've ever seen in my life. It was like,
Had to have been Jovi.
And then he got the pin.
Yeah, that was sick. I was like, how? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait. The guy that been 3/4 of the match, he got the pin. Oh my God. No. Yeah, I was upset. I was like, y'all let me down on that one. I was like, I've been talking about this man crazy this whole match. And then he wins it. I'm like, oh my God. Wrestling gods was not on my side. Tell you.
Well, it gets me because I can remember a time when everybody was cheering for, Devontae and Theo. Oh yeah, we're gonna cheer for him. And then as soon as they turned heel, everybody turned on them except for two people. That was in the Reb?
Yeah.
Raise your hand because it was us.
Listen,
two.
I kind of like them as heels, though. You know what I'm saying? Because
I love them as heels.
Yeah, they're great.
Love it.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man. Because I'm sitting there like, but they all make a nice, cohesive. They give me the new the New World Order vibes, the NWO vibes. You know what I mean? So I love that, and I remember them growing up, man. I'm talking about Hogan going around spray painting people all on their chest. I'm like, oh, you sick. I better get paid double for this, man. If I don't get paid double, triple, you are not spraying anything on me except for deodorant. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's sometimes debatable when you go to the shows, so you never know.
Right? Right? Whew, my goodness. So, yeah, that's I like I said, I enjoy going.
It's a lot of fun. Like I said, we've picked up, since we started doing the independent wrestling, we do so many more shows, but we've also found that we miss some of the 0-1 shows, which is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I'm glad that we're getting out and expanding our horizons and not always watching just the same people all the time.
Right. You know what I mean? Because, my thing is I do music also. And I was going there like, man, I'm thinking like, who needs theme music? You know what I mean? Like, this is, I really would go, get into the business itself. I love wrestling. I know it's hard work, but, if oh yeah. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Well, you mentioned it, and I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room because I kind of want your opinion.
Uh-huh.
And that would be when the one wrestler came out to Madman's music.
Oh yeah.
That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
I'm saying it on the megaphone. Bad song, wrong song, homie. Wrong. Nope. I was like, oh, somebody must not told him. Somebody must not told him.
Well, the thing that gets me is the people that were in the back that knew that didn't say anything. Like, why wouldn't they have said something?
I get it. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I get it. I really do. But like it's not. And see, and that was the crazy part about it, right? So Madman went up there and asked me to do to give him an entrance. He told me this is what he came into. I was like, oh, you want something like that? Oh, like that, man, this is gonna be dope. And you know what I'm saying? And at that time I was coaching, and I was always going, and I was DJing, doing shows and things. So there was a lot of times we just didn't cross paths. And then when I heard that he passed, I was like, man, so I should have did that because I already knew what he wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so with that being such like a public song, you can't say who can use or who can't, you know what I mean? Because it's not like directly for him, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we all know whose song that is for real, you know what I'm saying? Even if that man didn't rap it himself, we all know whose song that was.
Right.
So I was like, I'm like you. So didn't nobody tell you that
Yeah, nobody told you that one, huh?
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't blame the kid because I know who the kid is and he's from St. Louis. So I doubt he would. He's a good kid. I don't think he even knew who Madman was, honestly.
Right.
So I can't blame him for it. But I was just kind of surprised. I was just real surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, guys. My sound went down. Somebody was trying to call me.
Uh-oh.
Do I sound loud?
No, you sound fine.
I sound okay?
Yeah, you haven't changed.
Oh, you guys are low.
Uh-oh.
Do I need to leave and come back in?
Well, Reb, how about we bring him back on a different show? Because we've got 2 shows we got to talk about still.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, I know at some point I do want to do a deep dive into Madman, maybe in the next few months.
I really can't hear you guys.
Hear us.
Okay. All right.
Message him, Reb.
Yep, I'm on it.
Okay. But yeah, so we're gonna try to get him back on again. We're gonna get you back on again.
Okay. Yeah,
on a different day where we can deep dive into Madman. Maybe get you and KC and Mo.
Oh yeah, I got some stories to tell. Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna let you go. We've got a couple shows we still got to tell the results to this week, so we're gonna let you get out of here. Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
thanks
man.
for having me.
We'll see you soon.
I will see y'all later. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
He's a cool guy.
He's a very cool guy. But I knew we still had 2 shows that we had to talk about. So
yeah, then we have to record an ECW pod too after that. So
yeah, I know.
All right. Well, let's
pay some bills.
Let's pay some bills real quick, and then we'll jump into this weekend.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. All right, we are back. Do check out our merchandise, brainbustertees.com/JTR, browrestlingtees.com/JTR pod for all of our t-shirt items and whatnots. Even going back to when it was the 0-1 shootout, we still have all that stuff available if you feel nostalgic.
Y'all need a I'm a Minderz girl, I'm a Minderz guy, I'm a Minderz person shirts.
Yep, those are available on Brainbuster Tees also. We need to get one of those for Dickie.
We do.
Yeah, we got to get Dickie swagged out for all the stuff he's done for us on JTR and last week.
Right. Since he filled in for me last week. Because I was too busy losing money.
That's true. In sunny Florida. How was Marvine's palatial estate?
Kiss my ass. It's not Marvine's place. It was still a lovely place, but it is not Marvine.
It looked very nice.
It's very comfy. Because the house itself isn't huge, but the outside living area is awesome. What are you doing?
I'm just curious about something. Because Marvine always says he's from Hollywood, but he's never specific. So I'm wondering if he's from Hollywood, Alabama, or maybe Hollywood, Arkansas, Hollywood, Georgia,
Florida,
maybe Hollywood, Minnesota, Hollywood, Pennsylvania. There's Hollywoods in several states in the country, not necessarily just California.
And Florida. There's one in Florida.
There is. That's where Dolph Ziggler's from.
Exactly.
But Marvine needs to specify which Hollywood he's from.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, Minderz, you were gone, so you didn't do any independent wrestling in Danville this weekend.
I didn't.
I was not able to make it to the show on Saturday, Mad Bash and MBW, but
I did get to see one of the matches because Dickie hooked me up.
But
did you watch it?
I have not had time. I am going to post haste though.
You should. It's really good.
Yep. But I do have the results from the Mad Bash portion of the show Saturday, so we'll just run that down real quick.
Is that all we had? He didn't give us the other ones.
He said for new version, he said Clayton retained his championship in the Open Challenge.
Oh, I just noticed who it was.
Geronimo.
Uh-huh.
Geronimo whom?
He's a masked wrestler.
Gotcha. Oh, I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yep.
I gotcha. Okay, so the Mad Bash portion of the show, Kenny Calix beat Quest Parker.
Okay, that's legit.
Yeah, Oliver Kane beat Kid Riot. No one got syphilis.
Good. I'm so glad no one got syphilis.
Number one
wait.
What?
We're getting there, Dickie. Hold on.
We're getting there. So number one contendership for the Mad Bash championship was Dalton Davis and Devontae Knox. It ended in a no contest, so both guys were declared number one contender. So there's going to, I believe, a three-way coming up.
Three-way with Colby Jack.
Yes.
Who actually appeared.
Well, it was the Mad Cow, the long-awaited return of the Mad Cow. And he beat Jason Levi to retain the Mad Bash championship and get the belt back, more importantly, I think.
Yes.
And apparently took a spike to Jason Levi's eye because at the AVW show, Levi still had an eye patch on.
Because you got to remember, the next show that Mad Bash does, their next one is called Nothing Personal, It's Just Business. Which is the whole reason that both Dalton Davis and Devontae Knox are number one contenders.
I'm
not sure what Modi contender is.
Match of the year.
Oh,
Modi.
But it was a really good match, Reb. You got to go.
I expect nothing less with those two guys, so I'm looking forward to watching it.
But it was the first time ever, so
yeah, I love those first time evers.
Yep.
All right. As far as AVW. Did I put my notepad back in my backpack?
You mean MVW? I was gonna look see because
Yeah, look up NVW while I get my notes from the AVW show.
if they even put anything up, I don't know if they did or not. That was Proving Ground, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a good journalist, I always take my legal pad with me when I'm doing commentary so I can keep digital notes.
Uh-huh. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, why don't I go through AVW while you're looking for a new version?
They don't have new versions results up.
Okay. It was
I'll
a
see if
show.
I
It
can find.
happened. No championship.
It was a show. It
anything.
happened. I know. Limbo and Napier were supposed to fight Stephen. No. Parker.
Do I need to
Stephen
think
Parker?
of music?
No. Stop it. I don't know. I give up. Ooh, I know who I might be able to message though. Go ahead. Let's talk AVW. We might jump back to MVW.
All right. AVW Summer Shock was the name of the show on Sunday at the Illini Skateland. My first time seeing that particular venue, Minderz. And it is cozy.
It's very cozy.
Hey, Dickie, Colby has a title match June 21st at Elite Pro Wrestling against Justin Myers. So that needs to be mentioned. But yeah, the AVW show started off. There was a few card subject to change moments, a couple of substitutions. Nerd was not there, which
Darn.
pissed me off because I spent like a week trying to figure out his full name, and I finally got it figured out, and the guy no shows. But that meant he was out of the No Limits Championship match against Kenneth James. So in his place was a guy named Will Asher. And that was my first time seeing Will, and I was very impressed. I thought he was very good.
Well, I looked up some information on him. It looks like he's from WCWO over in Indy, or in Indiana. So
okay. Very good match. Kenneth James retained with the spear, but Asher gave him a fight. So I'm hoping that he makes another visit because he was very good. Match number 2, three-way match. Zach Nova defeated Zay Gates and David Light. And
I saw parts of this one.
Mm-hmm. After the match, Light and Gates jumped on Nova and tuned him up real good until the Cobra came out and ran him off.
Strike King made his presence known.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got beef with Zay.
Oh, I know he does.
Well, I know you know.
But I don't know why now. I mean, Zay doesn't have a belt and Cobra does.
Because Zay kicked him in the Twins and joined Cold Hard Cash.
Still, Cobra's got a belt.
Cobra holds grudges.
I know he does. Believe me, I know.
All right, third match. Mike Noble defeated Tyler Scott, who was substituting for Joey O'Reilly. After the match, Cold Hard Cash came out and beat up Tyler until Cecil ran out, chancla in hand, and ran him off.
Chancla.
Ladder match for the key to the 210 championship that Jackson Morgan forfeited for his title shot. It wound up being a flyweight because Tyler Scott was supposed to be in it, but he got moved up to the Noble match. So it was Theo White versus Chris Gates versus T.Y. Ice versus Elijah Arrows versus B.A. Malkin, who was making his debut in AVW.
Oh, bitch ass was there. Yay.
Yeah, and he gave me the bird on your behalf, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for that. Pretty darn good ladder match.
Actually, he probably missed me just because he couldn't make fun of me.
Probably. And nobody had signs really at the show.
I don't take signs to these shows.
No. But anyway, the ladder match, a little fuckery at the end. Cold Hard Cash came out and gave T.Y. Ice the assist to get the belt.
So the blue weenie one?
The blue weenie one.
Okay.
Yeah. After intermission, Jason Levi with eye patch was supposed to face Brody Bodkins. Brody wasn't there, so he got a bad attitude Thomas Keith in his place.
I don't think I know Thomas Keith.
I was actually joined for my commentary by Mike Noble, who's Thomas's tag team partner.
So
he filled me in a little bit. It was a good match. Thomas tried some trickery with his manager, slipping in the foreign object, and got caught. And then Levi pinned him. So Thomas Keith is very smart, though. He was all of his attacks were coming on Levi's blind side, where the eye patch was.
Well, that's just good psychology. That's good strategy.
Exactly.
They can't block you if you don't see it coming.
That's right. All right. So there was a match where the winner got the wild card spot in the Double Down tournament in 2 weeks at the 210. Cold Hard Cash of Christian Cash and Rico Jones beat Vermilion VC's Most Wanted. I always want to say Vermilion County's Most Wanted, but it's just VC. Mikael Murphy and Stetson Ace winners. Cold Hard Cash won after Warren Misery turned on VC's Most Wanted because apparently they weren't listening to his instructions. So he said, hell with it. Low blowed winners and Cold Hard Cash won, but then afterwards Murphy laid out Misery and they got.
I am gonna say, as much as I despise Cold Hard Cash and all the members or whatever, did you know one of their members has a birthday today?
Rico Jones. I saw that. So happy birthday, Rico Jones.
I guess. I'm not fans of Cold Hard Cash. They don't like me, I don't know what I ever did to them because they're healed.
You're a bit of a shit stirrer, Minderz.
Not me.
Oh my goodness! Minderz,
I'm so glad this is video and everybody can see the shit-eating grin on my face right
now. Main event, Minderz, AVW Heavyweight Championship. The Cobra making his first defense since he beat Jimmy Carrot last month.
You have to throw that part in there, don't you?
It's worth mentioning because it's a significant
like you're rubbing
moment.
Salt in the wound. Because
Not at all.
I still think Jimmy got the short end of the stick on that one. Two matches.
Well, yeah, he kind of had it coming though, because he kind of. I like Jimmy, but he gets a little full of himself in AVW.
Well, but apparently everybody still loves him.
Be a tad. Anyway, Cobra defended against Jackson Morgan, who was cashing in his key to the 210 privilege for the title shot, and Limbo, who we remember laying Jimmy Carrot out colder than a block of ice at the end of the show last month with that Sleeping Beauty knee strike of his. Fun match. Something I noticed, and tell me if you noticed this too when you were there. Chops echo in that building.
Oh yeah.
Especially when Cobra throws them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why do you think the match with him and IK3 was really good? That was a bunch of chops and woo, buddy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Cobra wound up getting the win there. Pinned Limbo. And
so Jackson Morgan's still going to have an argument to why he should get a chance.
That's something that I remember mentioning is that he cashed in that 210 championship expecting a one-on-one match with Cobra.
No, he went into it expecting a one-on-one match with Carrot.
No, didn't he give the belt up after Cobra won the belt?
Nope, he gave the belt up. He gave the belt up after Carrot retained when he retained against Clayton and Joey at the Triple Threat.
Okay. Well, regardless, he was expecting a one-on-one match for the championship.
Right, against Carrot.
He wound up not even, and whoever the champion was isn't even an issue. It's just he thought he was getting a one-on-one match. And he wound up not even being involved in the decision.
Right.
In the match. So I think
he's going to have an argument.
I think he's got a gripe.
I think he does too.
So we may get Cobra and Morgan one-on-one at some point.
Nothing against Limbo, because you know how I feel about, Limbo's one of my favorites.
Limbo's got a belt, though. I know how you feel about champions getting title shots at other belts, too.
That's true. He does have the tag team belt, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I'm not so upset now.
Yeah. All right. But, yeah, so they did announce they are having the Double Down Tag Team Tournament on June 15th. Okay. The Sunday before Sandman.
Yay!
And but they've announced one tag team already for the show, which is the Academy of Fire Arts, Kendall Fire and King Pharaoh. And then, of course,
Is
we
that
know
the Pharaoh we know? Or is that a different
I
Pharaoh?
think it's a different Pharaoh, but
Okay.
but
it's Kindle Fire, so
yes. But then we also know Christian Cash and Rico Jones are in the wild card spot. So
right. And we've heard rumblings of some other tag teams that might be
yeah,
mentioned or might be included.
They're going to
But
be announcing all of the other teams. Like
I would say, we
going
will not
like-
be saying those until they are officially announced.
Nope, it is not our place to say.
Nope.
All right, so that was Sunday. AVW. I thought it was a good show. It's a small building, but the crowd was small and mighty. They were very vocal during the show.
Would I have needed earplugs?
I don't think so. As long as you
Well,
weren't sitting on the side where all the kids were chanting for Tyler.
Yeah.
Because they were getting loud.
They always get loud.
Yeah.
Especially the one that screams. Holy crap.
Kevin says he's new kid from WCWO.
Okay, so that is the one that fought Levi. No, yeah, I think that's what he meant.
I'm not sure.
You missed your friends. Stacey, are you talking about me and Bari and AJ? Sorry,
Probably. We're not used to going to shows without any of you.
Oh, no. He said no. I
think
was
he's
wrong.
talking about Pharaoh.
Oh, Pharaoh? Are you talking about Pharaoh?
King Pharaoh? Yeah.
King Pharaoh. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, so that's
Wait a minute. So another guy's coming in with the moniker King?
Well,
I already don't like him.
It's just his first name.
I already don't like him.
Technically, he's King Pharaoh. It's two different kinds of kings.
Don't like him. Sorry. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I don't like him already.
Well, he's not saying he's a king. He's just King is his first name.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm just giving because we like Kendall, so we want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Well, I'll root for Kendall. I don't have a problem doing that. But there's been lots of times I've rooted for one half of a tag team.
That's true.
That's nothing new.
Yeah. This is very true. All right. So they haven't. I don't think they've announced any matches yet. But on the 28th in Edgewood, they are having another show at Edgewood Fest.
Tell me what to do. Shut up. Kevin's trying to tell me what to do.
No, he's not. He's coming to the defense of a young fella.
He's trying to tell me what to do. That's the way I look at that.
You're extra defensive since you got back from Florida. Did Marvin
I'm
disrespect
cranky.
you in some way?
No, I don't like Marvin.
Hollywood, Louisiana's finest. every show I'm going to say he's from a different state with Hollywood in it.
Okay, but we do know who's going to. We know most of who all is going to be there at Edgewood. We just don't know the matches.
We don't know the matches, but we
So
do
we
know
have-
one. Can I say one?
Sure.
The Grand Region's coming.
Yeah.
Camaro Jackson.
You know who else is going to be there though?
Who?
Big Munch.
Big Munch. They announced that this week.
I was really excited to see Big Munch.
Yes.
So other people we've got Rain Victoria, Lilith Khan. I don't know who that is.
Hey, real quick, has Mama seen Big Munch?
Yes.
Does she like Big Munch?
She doesn't mind Big Munch. Not one of her top favorites, but
Fair enough.
she likes Munch. She likes Baracus too, or
Yeah.
Baracus.
Yeah.
But
Those two should be a tag team.
I think they have been somewhere. Joey Quest, Noah. Pretty excited to see Skylar Sparks there. Have you seen Skylar Sparks?
I've heard of her. I haven't seen her work though.
She's actually really good. I like her. Iron Cakes, Devontae Knox, Trauma Unit member. Theo White, Trauma Unit member. I think
Chris
he's
O'Brien,
still.
I think, right?
They don't have him on the sponsor wrestler. I'm reading these off this.
Make sure we mention that too. By the way,
You
what
can
they're offering.
sponsor a wrestler at Edgewood on
For-
June 28th.
for $45, and run down the list of everybody that's on the.
That's what I was doing. That's
Oh, I'm
basically
sorry.
the list I'm going down.
I thought you were looking at like a poster or something with people on it.
Nope. Anthony Lopez, LDLC apparently is back.
I'll be darned. Back
B.A.
from his
Malkin.
excursion.
B.A. Malkin.
Mm-hmm. That's the one you're
Yippee.
sponsoring, right?
No. Here's the problem. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sponsor any of them because I don't know if I make it to the show. And I don't want to sponsor them if we're not going to be there.
That's true.
No offense to the guys, but
Yeah,
I don't
part
know. We'll
of the
see.
fun is being there for the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Did I see? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I was going to interrupt, but you still have more names.
Hippie Johnny, Devin Graves, Limbo, Kai Faden, and Rob Leach.
Yep. And for the record, Rob doesn't know why he's on the list.
Yeah, he said he didn't know it.
If you want to sponsor a ring announcer, this is the best chance you'll have to do it.
Yes, please. My friend. Kiss. You know what, Kevin? Kevin and I aren't getting along right this moment.
Kevin's pushing buttons.
He is.
You're stirring
Yeah.
pots. He's pushing buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it to that one because there's so much stuff going on that weekend with it being the first weekend or the weekend right before 4th of July. I really hope I can, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm not going to be able to make it. I got other commitments that I have to that will hold my attention that weekend. But do we have any shows coming up this weekend, Minderz?
Oh, I'm sure there probably is one, but I have no idea.
Well, what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on it, and then Wednesday we'll talk about.
Well,
whatever
because
happens.
next Wednesday,
This coming Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday. So next week we will have PWE to talk about because they have Faircade.
Yes.
We gotta make sure to talk about Faircade because they're putting Camaro Jackson and Herzog
Herzog in a cage, right?
in a cage.
How about this guy?
I take it down. All right, let's get out of here. I've had it with you today.
You're grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
You're kind of grumpy.
I haven't had any independent wrestling in my life for 3 weeks.
Are you going through withdrawals?
Kinda. I was half-assed depending on. Shut you.
Well, while we give Minderz a minute to cool down, we're going to get out of here. So thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks to Reese, our buddy Megaphone
thanks,
Guy.
Reese.
We will have him back definitely. Like I said, I want to do an episode sometime where we do a deep dive into Madman.
Yeah. Sorry, I got my water delivery.
Yeah. In your fancy new Buc-ee's cup.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's so pretty.
It's very nice. It's very you.
It's very 90s like pop art.
Right? It's like you want to put it with your Trapper Keeper and your jellies or whatever.
Oh, I never wore jellies, but I put it with my Trapper Keeper. It'd be all right.
Minderz, we're rambling.
I need my Walkman.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go because we got ECW that we got to.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Until next week for Minderz, this is Reb reminding y'all life is hard, work stiff. We'll see you guys next